Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Oh, I love looking at that intro. So many fun memories in our 20 months of Bronco Nation News, and excited to keep it rolling with a new chapter here at BNN. Jordan Kaye, you see him on the screen. His second appearance Wednesdays is going to be his morning, so once a week we're forcing him to wake up early, and Jordan will be joining us Wednesdays. So that is the plan moving forward from 9 to 9:30 as part of our rotating hosts with Jay Tuss, John Mallory, and Mike Prater. Jordan, our newest full-time employee, as most of you should know by now. Bill's already getting going early wherever he's at, a Cutwater Bloody Mary to start the day for Bill. That sounds great, Bill. If you actually can send me a picture that you're doing that right now, we'll find a prize or something for you. But excited to be on with you again from the Cutwater Studios. I mentioned Jordan, full-time employee. He's got some great work going up on the website. Hopefully you'll check it out. And you were tracking some news yesterday, Jordan. First of all, good morning. How's it going?
It's early.
We got fall camp going, man. This is going to be practice will have already started by now. We're trying to get you in routine here, man. But you were tracking some news yesterday, a new commitment for the Boise State football team, and he's going to join us here in about 12 minutes. Fill folks in on the news yesterday.
Yeah, Boise State landed a quarterback commitment. And I think 8 to 10 years ago, teams could get away with grabbing one quarterback every 2 classes or something like that, and they could really say, hey, we're going to plan for this quarterback, and then here's our succession plan, and here and so forth. And right now with the transfer portal, you almost have to get 1 to 2 quarterbacks every class. And you see it with the bigger programs like Georgia and Ohio State and Texas. They'll just get as many quarterbacks as they can, kind of say, hey, you guys battle it out, and whoever doesn't win it, just hit the portal. You're all good. And so Boise State right now, it seems like they're going for about 1 quarterback a class. And the interesting part about this one is Boise State only offered 1 quarterback. Bush Hamden has been here for 7 months and offered 1 quarterback, and it was this kid, Caleb Annett. And so, I mean, I think there's a lot of Boise State fans that are really kind of tied up on the stars and the who offered who. And oh
man, you got to check the Bronco Nation News Facebook page. There's all kinds of comments going on about the rankings and Boise State's success rankings. I think 114th in the country right now.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, you want to see that Boise State is beating out big time, teams. You want to see them beating out Pac-12 teams and maybe a Big 12 team, or heck, you want to see them even beating out San Diego State. You don't want to see them just beating out Princeton.
Sure.
But at some point, you've got to trust the coaches and be like, okay, if they put all their eggs into this kid's basket, they must really like him. Yeah. And I think sometimes we can get a little, too caught up on the stars and everything like that, and not just be like, all right, he obviously killed it at the team camp. They see something in him. They're comfortable with this. And so it's tough.
And you've talked to recruiting guys. I have too. I remember when I was in college, like a guy from Rivals told me, okay, well, if a guy commits to Texas, we just always immediately add a star to his ranking. Like, I mean, I would suspect at some point, like there's just certain schools, like when they see, oh, Boise State, we must have missed this kid. You're going to look up in a couple months and his rating is going to be way higher than it was now. It's just the way this whole thing happens with recruiting. And there was a legitimate discussion, people complaining on the Facebook page last night and this morning about Boise State coming in 114th, I think it is right now, only having, of the 9 commits, I think so far, only 1 is 3 stars. The other ones aren't even ranked or 2 stars or less, according to 247. So there is a little angst right now in Bronco Nation, at least on paper. This is to this point, and again, it's 9 out of what's going to be 20 or 25. Or is it 9 commits now, or 10? Yeah. And I mean, that's not even half the class yet. And again, all these guys are going to get bumped up in their rating, but not a ton of excitement in Bronco Nation in the overall class, I think, to this point.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at years past, it's not like this is like some newfound thing. Like they're never super high in the rankings. They're usually finish around like, I don't know, 50 to 85 some years. So Boise State is not a school that's going to win the National Signing Day press conference. They're not gonna...
Typically, if you have 9 commits, you have more than 1 that's at least 3 stars.
Sure. But, let's say they get Gatlin Bear in 2 weeks. All of a sudden, they jump up from 107th to about 65th.
Exactly.
People aren't going to be complaining very much. It's
exactly.
Like, the law of averages is kind of the thing on that. And with the quarterback, I mean, I think this could end up being a steal. I've talked to a couple people in Southern California who think he's just awesome. And the reason he really wasn't recruited is because he played like backup most of the season. There was a starter it was a Corona Del Mar. The starter is David Razor, who's now at UC Davis and was recruited by Dan Hawkins. So this kid Annette really wasn't able to play a whole lot. And I think Boise State saw him at their team camp and really feel like they got a steal. And, maybe in a couple months, it ends up being that way. 6'3",
185-pound pocket passer. You mentioned the team camp. He had an interesting offensive coordinator too, right? Nick Starkel. The name is familiar. Yeah. Played at San Jose State, Texas A&M. Familiar name for folks in the Mountain West. That was his offensive coordinator there. But again, you've got Taylon Green on the roster for this year and probably next year. CJ Tiller is a young kid as well. They've got Maddox Madsen. So it's not like they're expecting this kid to come in and start next year.
No, I think he's probably, 3 years down the road, I would think. I mean, his best case scenario, I guess, is like Taylon Green stays another year and then he gets to campus and kind of can compete as a redshirt freshman. I mean, that's best case scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone really liked Maddox Madsen a lot. And then CJ Tiller, kind of came in as that guy that everyone wanted, the 4-star or whatever. So there's plenty of options in the quarterback room over the next couple of years. And if Taylon Green does leave after this season, then I think the coaches are going to have a pretty interesting battle.
Well, Caleb Annett, the 3-star quarterback, going to join us in about 5 minutes here. Looking forward to that. So stay tuned. The newest quarterback, the newest commit to the Boise State football team. You're going to hear him live here on Bronco Nation News Live. Assuming high school kids, you can never be 100% sure, but he's expected to dial us up here in a couple minutes and join, and we are looking forward to that. I do want to touch on the Canadian trip first, Jordan. We have to, we cannot go late today. I've got some previously scheduled engagements right at 9:30 today, so we will be not filibustering to finish the show today, but we are going to Canada. We're going to talk about that in a second. I do want to thank a couple of our sponsors, though, as well. RowPaint.com is our title sponsor. I say it all the time, but there would be no Bronco Nation News without RowPaint.com. So go support them. Check them out. The home of the one-day install for those concrete coatings. I highly recommend them. Get more information. Get a free estimate at RowPaint.com. I was talking to Jim Sturk yesterday, doing great stuff for the community over there at Lithia Ford of Boise and supporting Boise State athletics. So support the sponsors, folks. Lithia Ford Boise, They're providing a lot of the courtesy vehicles for a lot of the coaches and people in the athletic department, and they're a huge sponsor. So they'll be providing the pre- and post-game shows from Canada next week. So LithiaFordBoise.com. Check them out. Do what the Raines family did. Purchase a vehicle from them. The process was easy, and you will not be disappointed. Again, view the full inventory of vehicles at LithiaFordBoise.com. We got a cool thing from Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. More than 500,000 folks have made the switch. You can too at ICCU.com. But we have a basketball left still here, Jordan. Tyson Degenhardt has signed this mini basketball thanks to ICCU, and the next paying subscriber of BNN is going to take home this basketball signed by Tyson Degenhardt, and he will personalize it for you as well if you would like. So if you want an autographed basketball from Tyson Degenhardt, I have one left. So the next person that hurries on and subscribes at Bronco Nation News will get it. And if we get a couple, we'll try to see if we can come up with another prize or something for you guys. But pretty cool opportunity. Signed ball from Tyson Degenhardt. Make sure you check it out. And the next person to subscribe is going to take that home. I also want to thank the Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. Free shipping, any order over $40. If you're in the Boise area, just go to the Boise Town Square Mall, the second floor there next to the Pro Image store. All your Boise State gear for the season, get it, and you're going to be excited that you do. Matt Bauscher Real Estate, the number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and his team. Check him out at BauscherRealEstate.com, and he is one of our sponsors for the Canadian trip. We are headed to Canada in just a couple of days. Leon Rice will talk tomorrow, some players on Friday, and then I am wheels up on Sunday morning about 6 a.m. heading to Canada. Full coverage next week of fall camp. Jordan will have you covered on that. In Boise, I will be in Canada covering basketball, so a ton of content coming to Bronco Nation News here in the near future. So really looking forward to get up there and get some interviews with some assistant coaches, some players, let you get to know this team a little bit better. And, of course, this trip sponsored by RBC Wealth Management. Brian King, Nick Duncan, the whole group over there. Give them a call. 389-6812 is the number for Brian King. 389-6812. Check them out for all your financial needs. And we're very appreciative of Brian King and the former basketball player, obviously, and what he's doing. And our friends at Atkinson Mirror and Glass as well. Been around since 1951, helping Idahoans build equity in their homes. A fourth-generation family business. 375-3762 is the phone number. You can give them, check them out online, atkinsonsmirrorandglass.com for all your glass needs. Proud sponsor of Boise State Athletics and the Horseshoe Collective, making this Canadian trip possible. Thank you to Atkinson's Mirror and Glass. Okay, Jordan, before we get our special guest on here in a couple minutes, it's the only chance I'll have to chat with you. What are you looking forward to? I know we briefly touched on it previously, but the Canadian trip, obviously coming up Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 3 games. What do you think for you? Any questions or thoughts, or just what you want to see them accomplish, or what you want to you're going to be intrigued about when you're following my coverage up there in Canada?
I'm curious how Cam Martin and Tyson Degenhardt play together. I think that's just the big question is, hey, what's Tyson Degenhardt look like with the center? And to be able to see that even in Canada against, whatever competition, that's going to be awesome. And then I'm just pumped to see Andrew Meadow. Like, we've heard, Leon just rave about him every chance he can get. And we've seen him against high school competition and in some crazy highlights, but I want to see him in a game. What does he look like in Boise State's system? What does he look like next to Chibuzo Abo and Max Rice? And those two dudes I'm really looking forward to. And I mean, really all the newcomers. I mean, Roddy Anderson, how explosive is he off the dribble? Omar Stanley, where do they try and play him at? Chris Lockett, how big is that guy? And, what does he look like on the wing? I think all those newcomers, to be able to have the opportunity to see them before, a practice in October, that's going to be awesome.
Well, looking forward to that. The Canadian trip is coming up on Sunday. Full coverage, Boise State basketball heading to Canada, and we'll have that starting on Sunday. And then Andy Avalos meeting with the media on Monday to preview fall camp, and we will have that for you as well. Full coverage at BroncoNationNews.com. We're going to go to our special guest in just a moment, but first, want to thank a couple of our sponsors, BoiseDentistryCo.com. Check them out if you need a dentist. Locations all across the Treasure Valley to make it an enjoyable experience for the whole family to go to the dentist. Full family dentistry and wellness. Check them out at BoiseDentistryCo.com. You need commercial insurance for your business? We got you covered with United Commercial Insurance. 229-8222. UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. Check them out, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. leanfeast.com. Our friends at Lean Feast, leanfeast.com/Meridian. I continue to shave off the pounds and looking forward to continuing our relationship with Lean Feast. Just an awesome meal prep service. They're, again, feeding the basketball team, feeding Taylon Green, Ashton Genty. They got some NIL deals with them. So awesome food, and I hope you'll take advantage of the deals they have going on right now. Check them out online. You can view it all online, have it delivered, never even go in the store if you don't want to, or you can go in and check them out there, Eagle Road and Ustick, leanfeast.com in Meridian. And if you need a job, check out Transportation Compliance Service, transcomservice.com. They'll help you get into the trucking industry. It may not be an industry you think of, but the trucking industry is booming right now with the pandemic, coming off the pandemic. So just check it out. And transcomservice.com can help you every step of the way with the permits and things you need to be out there towing that first load in no time. Without further ado, Jordan, we can let you welcome on our special guest. Very excited about this. We have record viewership this morning, and I think we know why, because we're bringing on the newest member of the recruiting class here. Caleb, how's it going, man?
How are y'all? Thanks for having me on. I'm doing well.
We're excited to have you on. We appreciate you for getting up early out and joining us, and excited to chat with you. But this is your first chance, at least for Bronco Nation, to hear from you, see your face. Just talk about the excitement level in the last 24 hours since you made this commitment.
Oh, absolutely. I've definitely been very excited. My family and I have been stoked. I actually committed last week and then made it official yesterday. So really excited to finally get out there and can't wait.
I think I saw something that you committed like atop Albertson Stadium with Andy Avalos and Butch Hampton.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Take us through the story of how you committed.
Oh, so actually that's the spot that they offered me. I went up on my unofficial visit and did a camp, the Bronco football camp up there, and kind of oversaw Idaho on top of Albertson Stadium. That's when they offered me. So it was really a special moment for my dad and I. We were really excited, and it was great.
What'd you do at that team camp that really impressed them and got you an offer?
Absolutely. So originally I was supposed to be just a one-day workout for them, and then they asked me to come back the second day, and we were trying to just grind it away and kind of showed them what I was about. Worked really hard, and that's what they thought of me, and we're really good and really excited.
To be the only quarterback they offered, how much did that play into your decision? And when you're talking to your family about who wants you, to be able to see that, how important was that for you?
Oh, absolutely. It was definitely big. The other school that I was, it was either, Boise State or Princeton, and Princeton offered a couple other guys, and Boise State, I was their guy. So it definitely developed a really relationship of trust, and, they wanted me, and I want to be a Bronco. So that was really good.
What when you think about just the quarterbacks that Boise State has had over the years, the history there at quarterback, going back to Kellen Moore and even previously, and now Brett Rippon's still, on a practice squad in the NFL, and you look at the guys like Taylon Green on the roster now. I mean, just what does it mean to be? It's obviously a cool club, I guess, of quarterbacks at Boise State over the years. How much history do they teach you about, during that process, and how much do you know about all the quarterbacks, and what does it mean to be part of that family?
No, absolutely. It's a great family to be a part of, and Kellen's all over the facility at Boise State, and the dreams hopefully be up there with him one day too. So and Taylon and Brett and all those guys, it's definitely got a big tradition at Boise State, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
I think there's some people who kind of just see, you only had offers from Princeton, and they look at your stats or whatever. But can you explain the situation? I mean, last year you weren't even the starting quarterback for most of the games, I believe, at your high school. And David Razor, who got recruited by Dan Hawkins and now at UC Davis, was kind of the guy. Can you describe kind of your situation last year?
Oh, absolutely. Both my sophomore year a little bit, and all my junior year, I split time with David. And David's a great guy. I got nothing but love for David. But he's now at UC Davis, and we throughout summer ball last year we split everything 50-50, and then split everything throughout the season as well. So David and I definitely made each other better. I'm really I'm glad of the situation I was in because it made me a better person and a better quarterback.
Was there any thought for you of just waiting on this process and waiting until you had a full senior season where you're the guy, and then just kind of take the risk a little bit to see, okay, maybe there's some schools that'll offer me around October, November, December, and I can, commit, early December or even the February signing day? Did that cross your mind at all?
Oh, for sure. I think it crosses everyone's mind when they're in a situation like this. But I kind of wanted to just get it over with and focus on winning state championship with my team. That's been the main goal ever since I was a freshman, and we're really going to work for that. And now I can put everything to CDM football.
We're visiting with a 3-star quarterback commit, Caleb Annett. Is it Annette? How do
Yes,
you
sir.
Okay, I want to make sure we apologize if we were wrong there. But Caleb Annett joining us, 3-star quarterback, the newest member of Boise State's class. We got a lot of folks in the chat pumped up, welcoming you to the Boise State family there. People are fired up to have you in the fold. What'd you think of Boise? You said the unofficial. You mentioned getting the offer and stuff, but just coming to town. A lot of people have preconceived notions about Boise and the town and the state of Idaho and everything else. But what was it like? Maybe go into that a little more when you came to town and what you were able to do, and how did that fit kind of your personality and stuff?
No, absolutely. I loved it. We flew in late in the night when I came in, and then had a couple days to visit the town and everything. They got the river that flows right through, so it's definitely a beautiful place, and I could see why Coach Hamden and Coach Ab they want to raise their kids there. It's an awesome place to be. I see myself living there for 4 years. When I'm at Boise State, I'm really excited. I can't wait.
When we see the stats, we see everything on paper, but for all the hundreds Boise State fans watching this right now, I mean, excited to kind of get to know you and see out there on the blue. I mean, what should fans expect? What type of player are you? What are you going to bring to the blue when they see you get out there here in the next couple of years?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitor too. I'm a fierce competitor. You definitely see me run the ball and throw it too. I play with good intensity and I got good football IQ and instincts. So you definitely see an all-around player for me.
How does I know you haven't seen Bush Hamden's offense at Boise State yet per se, but how does what they talk to you about Bush's offense and how they how does what you think they're going to be doing kind of fit your skill set?
No, absolutely. It's definitely relies on the quarterback. The quarterback's got to get just like Coach Hamden says, quarterbacks got to get 2 first downs a game. I can use my feet. I'm a 3-sport athlete, so I've been athletic my entire life, and playing basketball has really helped me. Use my athleticism on the football field, and relying on the run game too, because not everything's just a pass game. And Boise State's always had really great running backs, so a little balance and combination of both is definitely why Boise State's always been so successful.
Bush got to Boise in, I think, December. And I mean, he waited and waited and waited to offer a quarterback. And it was so weird. It was like, I think I looked up in May and they didn't have a single 2024 quarterback offered. And I think he was waiting for the right guy. You clearly, to him, are the right guy. What was it about Bush, though, that was the right guy for you? What makes him special as a person, as a recruiter, as a coach?
No, absolutely. He's really personable. So we developed a relationship for quite a while, and he got to know my family and my mom, my dad, and my 2 younger brothers too. Coach Hamden's got a great mind, and an offensive mind is, when you're a quarterback, that's what you want to play for, right? Coach Hamden, he's been a lot of places. He was at Washington. He was the quarterback coach at Atlanta Falcons, and he was just at Missouri for the last 3 years. So he's seen it all. He's got really good experience under his belt, and I just really want to learn from him. I'm really excited.
You mentioned the rushing ability. I think you only had 50 yards on the ground last year. Is that something as a senior that we're going to see more of from you?
No, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What else improvement-wise? Somebody had a comment here. What do you hope to improve the most for your senior year to help advance you and get you ready to come up to Boise?
Oh, absolutely. So definitely been making great strides and jumps from my previous year. And, when I was the Elite 11, I was on the top athletic rating out of all the quarterbacks on the West Coast. And, It was ended up being third in the nation. So definitely some improvements I'm trying to make. Just keep building that relationship with my team, because that's the biggest thing you have to do. As the leader and the quarterback, and developing trust with all your guys and stuff like that.
Well, final two. Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
You said your dad accompanied you on the unofficial. Are there plans of going back during the season, seeing a game on the Blue for an official visit? And, are you going to kind of bring the whole family this time and make sure everyone is cool about the new city you're going to live in?
Yes, sir. So we plan on going back the 16th of September for official. So
North Dakota game. Nice 10 a.m. game on the Blue.
Yeah.
So, you couldn't get the UCF game the week before?
We got a game that week, so
okay.
Going up on our bye week.
Well, hey, how does it feel? I mean, just to have it done, have it be out of the way, not have to worry about this, and be able to just focus on football this year, and be able to flip on the TV and watch your future school play this fall, and have all that kind of stress out of the way. What's that feeling like?
Oh, it's exciting. I'm really excited. I'm the biggest Bronco fan there is around now, so it's good. I'm excited.
And I guess final question for me then, with that said, now you know how recruiting works. Now that you're committed to Boise State, some other schools that may not have looked at you are going to go, okay, look at this kid. He must be pretty good. He's committed to Boise State. What do you say to fans, I guess, watching this? How solid is this commitment to Boise State here?
Oh, it's as solid as it can be. I'm 100% committed. Yep. Yes, sir.
There you go.
I get two last things. Your high school coaches, I thought it was just super interesting. It was like a blast from the past to see you tag Nick Starkle. I was like, holy cow, I remember that guy. And your head coach has been around for a while. How much did they help you in this process? Obviously, having seen it, obviously from your head coach's perspective, and then Nick Starkle going through the recruiting process himself.
Oh, absolutely. So with my head coach, Coach Heddig, the last quarterback that Coach Hamden actually offered was a CDM quarterback, Ethan Garbers, who was committed to Washington and now is at UCLA. But Coach Heddig helped me with the relationship with Coach Hamden a lot. Right after Coach offered me, he texted Coach Heddig and I in a group chat. It's like, we got our guy, and it's good and it's great. And then Coach Starkle's had experience at all the levels, being at A&M, Texas A&M, Arkansas, and San Jose State. So he's been through it all, and it's great to learn from him and keep working with him.
I think there's sometimes like a unofficial responsibility as the quarterback of a class to kind of rally the troops and become a big time recruiter. Have you gotten Gatlin Bear's number and hit him up yet?
I have not yet, no sir. And I know I'm gonna get that soon, but I can't wait to get in with other guys and bring more guys along.
Hey man, awesome stuff. Congratulations. Appreciate you getting up and doing this live with us. Looking forward to following your senior season here and getting you up to the Blue. And I know Bronco Nation is if the chat here and the record comments we're getting is any indication, man, people are fired up to have you. So congratulations on the commitment. Thanks again and for joining us. And we look forward to following you and catching up with you again soon down the road.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Really appreciate it.
There he is, Jordan. Appreciate you. Thanks again, man. Caleb Annett, great, well-spoken guy, Jordan, and I think Boise State fans are already loving him.
Yeah, man, this is I think it's the Caleb effect. Look at all the comments and stuff we got this morning.
Yeah, no, it was great stuff, and appreciate him for joining us. Nice job for you to set that up as well, and that's why you watch Bronco Nation News. That's why you subscribe. That's why you are on our YouTube page. That's why you're on the social media channels, and that's why you subscribe to the website because you get to see live interviews like that less than 24 hours after the commitment. So everybody's saying good luck. There's another comment there. Good success. Keeping my eye on you. A lot of comments here. This guy says, have you seen the way the ball slings out of his hands? Stud. So everyone's fired up to have him, and appreciate him for jumping on with us. That was great stuff. So we will be back tomorrow morning. Mike Prater and I will talk about the Canadian basketball trip a little more. We'll talk a little football as well. Jay Tust on Friday, and then next week's just going to be crazy with myself in Canada, and then Jordan covering football. So we'll have full coverage next week. Pretty rare these days that football and basketball are going to share the stage on the first week of fall camp, but I think the basketball team has earned that, and it's going to be a fun trip, Jordan. So appreciate you for waking up and jumping on, man. Everyone's really loving it. Great show to start the day. Thanks, guys. So I think we have our winner or a couple winners for the ball, by the way, as well. Jill Hanford, if you were one of the ones that were watching, a new $70 subscription popped in for Jill. Looks like we have two other $6.99 ones that came in, Ryan Fantuzzi and Brian Seppa. I will see if you guys email me, rains@bronconationnews.com, and I'll see if we can get Tyson to maybe do a couple extra balls. But our first winner is Jill for the $70 subscription. So thank you. 3 new subscribers during the show. We'll take it. So appreciate everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Jordan, get back to work, and we will
sleep.
we will talk to everybody later. Appreciate everybody. Have a great day. Go subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing, following all the YouTube channel and all the social media channels as well. And Jordan's going to update his story a little later. We'll get that video posted to the story as well with the interview there if you missed any of it. So have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News Live. Bronco Nation.